We are, we're doing our reps on Laxasia the Complete again. Get ready. I hate and like both daylight savings times, by the way. A lot of people like to fall back and gain an hour of sleep, but they hate to spring forward. All I can say about that is fall back Andes when they realize where the extra hour of sleep came from. It's because you fucking banked that shit when you sprung forward, dummy. You're not gaining anything. You borrowed it from yourself. But anyway, this one, for me, the fall back sucks. It's very nice to get an extra hour of sleep once, but like, you know, it's like getting a hard candy when you finish dinner. It's not something that's going to like change your month. But then it being dark at like fucking 3:45 p.m. sucks ass. And it's like this for 3.5 months. Son of a bitch. Alright, I forgot about that part. And then people are always, and this is an anti-parent bit, so you're not going to hear that out of me too much. But parents are always like, oh, excuse me, I don't want my kids waiting for the school bus when it's dark outside. I'd rather have them get home from school when it's fucking dark outside. Like, it just, you know, there's a symmetry to it that I find personally a little hypocritical, but... Holy cow. It's nice to know I didn't completely lose it at least. But then the one in the spring, I always hate springing forward on the day. Nobody, I mean, like, losing an hour of sleep combined with having your time zones or your like mental memory for time be messed up is annoying. But then it is very nice when the sun is out until like 8 p.m. at night. So you take the good with the bad. But we do need to knock that shit off. We need to stop that shit, man. It's too much. Holy... I don't even remember which way we dodged that one. Doesn't matter. It's insane to me that it's still a thing. I hear the worst part is British Columbia, the province in which I live. They did let's get a consulting group to do an exploratory phase, to do a pilot program, we spent like $15 million figuring out if people want daylight savings time. 98% said knock that shit off. They passed the legislation in the House of Commons. They're like, no more daylight savings time. And then they said, guys, we can't do it until California, Washington, and Oregon do it with us. Sorry about like all that time and all those resources we spent doing this, but no big deal. As soon as, I don't know, 62 million Americans vote for it to pass. And I think, like, Oregon already did it, right? Didn't Oregon's got their head in the right place. California's got bigger fish to fry. They're getting cursive writing back in schools, which I do not support. Silence, I kill you. Look at my boss, bro. I'm going to prison. Okay, yeah. I'm okay with that. Get staggered, you piece. There's more. Just back it up. You got some chip damage, but you've been doing some work. You've been getting work too? We don't want to be here for that. Oh. We out here? Get in there. No shot, bro. No shot. I'm in trouble. I mean, for a first attempt, that was pretty good. Not too bad. San Jose in absolute shambles right now. I'm struggling to explain to non-hockey fans how historically bad the San Jose Sharks are right now. They lost 2 games in a row, allowing 10 goals. Which hasn't happened since like 1956 when all the players were named like, you know, Sock. They were all called like Sock McPherson and shit like that. Yes, they've been, well, not only when after the Canucks game, they have been scored on more in that game than they've scored all season, and then they lost 10-2 in their next game. So like you would think that there would be like a regression to the mean or something at some point, but it's like you have to realize that after a large enough sample size, we must accept that this is the mean, which is frightening. And I understand, by the way, every team that is about to play them is like, yeah, that's just until they play us. We're definitely going to give them their first win. And eventually it's going to be true. But, like, that's how I felt when the Canucks were about to play them. And then I watched the first 8 minutes of the game. And I was like, oh no, this is the worst team I've ever seen. It's probably the worst team the NHL has ever had in my lifetime. It is hard to imagine them still being this bad over the course of the whole season. But if they are, it'll be like a video essay topic in 6 years when people remember the NHL exists. Whatever, I still own you. Oh, come on. I'm just gonna back it up. Oh, did you see that? Perfect spacing. It's still gonna take some time. Like, I still don't know what I'm doing in phase 2. That helps, though. Get ulted on! Get ulted on! Oh! Okay, she didn't take kindly to that. It happens fast. Did you see the watching Wemby highlights video? I did not. I did see him embarrass that one guy on the Raptors. I'm not saying that guy is bad. He's probably like, I mean, he's good enough to be in the NBA at a minimum, and he might even be better than that. But like, you just... They lost, though? How do you lose with this guy on your team? I was talking about it in the Discord. Like, obviously, I don't understand basketball well. I mean, you knew that. But, like, how is it possible that a 7'5" individual can finish a game in which they play, like, 40 minutes and get 1 block? Just to be clear, I'm not saying I would do better. I'm simply saying, like, isn't that why you're on the team? Is to just... What am I doing? Is to get blocks? They keep the ball away from the tall guy. Oh, that makes sense. So you're saying he's got a lot of gravity blocks. His actual number of blocks is not that high, but his gravity blocks are off the... You can't even... It's historic. They haven't seen it since the Wilt Chamberlain days. Bad. I don't deserve to use my ult. We saved that for the boss. The real boss. Not you. You charlatan. Go ahead. There's no reason for this. And we go all the same. Might as well. Bad. Run up and ult. Scare her. Scare her! Oh! She took issue with that. You will know, even a god can bleed. Oh! I sent it right back down main. Hang on. There's some confidence for once. There's some swagger in his step. Oh, do it again. Oh, that doesn't seem fair. Oh! There we go. First time. This is the first time for everything. Give me a little grind, please. Just a little. I said just a little. Oh, yeah. Hold. Very important Estus. We hold. Oh! Oh, man. It's so good, because in my head, I saw the moment materialize, and I said to myself, all I gotta do is parry one thing. While I was doing the ESPN 30 for 30, she shot it. I let myself get lost in the moment a little. The lights were too bright, to be honest. Okay. No more free Estus on you. You know, it's easy to think that we lost that because we had that one miss. And there's some truth to that, obviously. The mature way to think about it is that the one miss wouldn't have mattered as much if I didn't have to play so scared because I wasted like 4 Estus on phase 1. You had your code 0 yet? I'm having it as we speak. Not smart. Even dumber. Just give me 1. We haven't earned 2 yet. And I'm loving it! Huge. You stink? It's nuts how much I own you. You wish you were me. I haven't earned my Estus yet, in my opinion. Block this, you earn it. You got me, kid. That one's probably gonna kill me. I quit the game on this boss. Apollo, is that you? What are you doing? Shouldn't you be playing Civ 6 right now? Sid Meier's Civ 6? Taylor's version? Tom Clancy's Sid Meier's Civilization 6? Open parentheses, Meier's version? You got nothing. You're weak. Embarrassing. Turn around so I can break your shield. Why I tried to roll under it. You know what game this is, right? This ain't Miyazaki's Dark Souls. This is Lies of P. There's unblockables in this one, brother. They took it to the next level. They're creeping into a new era. G-Funk step to this, they dare me. Oh, come on. Just blocked them all. Or failed to block them all, I should say. Actually, you blocked several. They just weren't perfect parries. You know what I meant. Oh! Hey, wait. This is how you earn it. The rhythm is the bass, and the bass is the treble. So true. Me not knowing enough about music to know if that makes any sense at all, but Nate Dogg still be sounding kind of nice with it. Spin me. Go ahead, do something slick with it, brother. That's slick? That's pretty slick. I knew how to block those at one point. That one, that's a gimme. Okay, we made it back. 4 Estes. I can't believe I blocked it. Because I fucked up my timing by missing one of the Andes. Huge. That came in way faster than I expected. Okay, just give me a little preview. Give me a little preview. We got to be able to block those ones. Good stutter step. Good work on that one. That was fast. Got to be tighter on the lightning parries. You can't let Ganondorf get any free ones. Arm of God didn't set her clock back today. It was fucked up yesterday. We had a play date with another family. It was like 3:45 p.m. after daylight savings, and we were like, you guys want to get dinner? For some reason, we're like really hungry. We went out for dinner at 4 p.m. Finished dinner at like 5:15. I was like, I'm not sure if it's just us. I gotta go the fuck to bed. Why is my ass so tired? Also, we were like, why is nobody in the restaurant? It's a Sunday at like 5 o'clock. This should be like not peak hours, but it should be getting a little bit busy. We're like, oh yeah, it's because literally we got dinner at basically when like the average millennial / Gen Z is eating their lunch. But I'm willing to admit, I did never let a crisis go to waste. Back it up, back it up. My daughter's been going to bed too late. She's been going to bed at 9:30. Daylight savings, I said, you know what? We're gonna turn this negative into a positive. I hate this move. I put her to bed at 8:30 last night. She doesn't really know the clock that well. Sometimes she'll open up her iPad. She thinks like the time is her battery life. I can't move. I'm trapped here. So I put her to bed at 8:30. Her circadian rhythm thinks it's 9:30. Oh, baby, free like hour of extra sleep on the second night. Pretty genius move, if I do say so myself. Oh wow, you got me. New parent technology. And she's up at 4:30. Now she's a good sleeper. She has my wife's like sleep habits. She can go to bed late and then sleep in. 9:30 so late? I know, you're telling me. I mean, we started putting her to bed at 8:30, but then like there's like a bedtime inflation, you can't walk back, you know? Like you can force your kid to like get in the car seat. You can force your kid to put on their boots. It's real hard to force someone to go to sleep. I'm going in. I think you're gonna get staggered. I'm betting on the stagger here. Yeah, I did. Honestly, you're not that guy, pal. Also, just because I had dinner at 4 o'clock, it doesn't make me a senior citizen. The clock doesn't dictate when I have dinner, okay? The stomach dictates when I have dinner. It's so weird to like be bald at age 34, but also like work in an industry where almost everyone watching you is pretending to be 15 years old. So I have like 30-year-olds in my chat that are like, okay, old ass. And I gotta be like, that's cap. Bro, you're capping right now. So true, I'm 28. I would say 28 is like the oldest you could be without us being the same age. Like if you're 29 and you're like, at least I'm not 34. That one stung. There goes my ult too. Like you're messed up. You got it all backwards. Holy cow, a deliberate hit. I got a deliberate hit, a punish, and a hit. I mean, I paid the price for it after, but it's progress in its own way. Uh-oh. Oh! Deal up! Holy cow, I parried lightning. That dude in Rocky be like, When I'm done with you, you're gonna parry lightning and crap thunder. We got it. Those don't even get sent back. Yep, yep. That's Cap. She's capping too. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't know what that is. Nope. I was out of sync. Big 35 is this month? Honestly, I swear to you that it's true. I don't know, I gotta think about how this bit's gonna go. I'm trying to think about how to phrase it. The best way to phrase it is that I'm younger at 34, younger coded at 34, than I was at 29. Now, I was certainly younger when I was 25. That's a gimme. But I'm younger coded now than I was definitely before I had our daughter. Losing 40 pounds helps. That's what I keep trying to tell people. But they just say, like, stop capping, Grandpa. I'm not going to buy a bike. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. I'm turning 30 this month. Should I buy a Peloton? I don't care. It goes both ways. Oh, that's a little bit presumptuous on my part there. Worst Peloton ambassador? I'm not an ambassador. I'll tell you, the bike it's not the bike, brother, it's the rider. People don't believe it, but having a kid makes you younger, man. Or I don't know, it makes it different. Let me give you an example, okay? We dropped our daughter off. Well, this is not even an example of like one's better than the other. It's just an example of like being at a different phase in your life, okay? We dropped our daughter off at a class on Saturday morning. And she was there for a couple hours. So Kate and I were like, what the hell are we gonna do? Like, this is the first time we've really had, like, it's rare for us to have a couple of hours, like, to ourselves on a day where we're not working. The only time it happens is when there's, like, a holiday that the government recognizes, but our daycare doesn't recognize, which doesn't happen very often. So we say, you know what? Let's go out. Let's have, like, a millennial, a childless millennial style bougie brunch. It's part of Vancouver culture. We haven't been able to interface with it for a while. Let's do it. We went to a place, I'm not going to say the name. It always has a very long line. We waited in line. Didn't take that long, maybe like 20 minutes for us to get in, which is pretty normal by like Vancouver standards. After we got in and I ate the food, I was like, this is crazy. This was not worth a 20-minute wait plus the price that we're paying for this. It's just a bowl full of carbohydrates and fat. Like and then like I was listening to all the conversations around us, and the conversations that like people 5 years younger than me were having were blowing my mind, because I was like, is that what we used to prioritize in our life? It's not a judgment, like it's one way to live is better or worse. It's just different. They were like, yeah, really? Like, I've eaten waffles at like a lot of places in Vancouver. I gotta say, like, the waffle at this place is like one of the best waffles you're gonna find. Like, it's a little crispier than the waffle that you might get at like a blank or a blank, but at the same time, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Are you like the waffle scientist of Vancouver? Then I was like, that's my ass with ramen. But all that ramen talk is from like, you know, when I was 25 to 29 before we had our kid. But I'm like, man, you would not catch me having a conversation like that about waffles now. Instead, I'll just bore the shit out of anybody that like doesn't have kids. I'll be like, my kid can write like 3 of the letters in the alphabet now. Other parents will be like, whoa! Average 28-year-old will be like, so what? I can write all the letters in the alphabet. Except in cursive. The R doesn't make any sense. Well, that was not even close. I'm not gonna give the restaurant a negative review. Their Google reviews are very close to 5 stars. If I was gonna give them a review, I would give them a 4, which means I'm not gonna review them because it might torpedo their business. I can't, and they seem like nice people. It's just, you know. Just wasn't for me. It was okay. Like, I mean, 4 is still pretty good. It's no 5. I mean, that goes without saying. Nope, you stutter step me. How dare you? Was it the food? It was kind of the food. It's my own fault, you know? Like, the rest... like, now I'm like, well, basically, here's their exact menu, so you can go find them. It's alright. It doesn't need to be that specific. Give me this. All I'm going to say is I think that brunch technology has gone as far as it can go. Because you know what happened? I went to this place, and I knew this place was very popular within the city. It was well known. I kind of wanted like a classic breakfast, right? 2 slices of toast, 2 eggs your way, choice of breakfast meat, some kind of fried breakfast potato. But I said, you can't go to this trendy-ass brunch place and then just go like, hey, give me an A&W, right? So I ordered something that was a little bougier off the menu, and then as I was eating it, I was like, it's a little much for me. So there's, you know, some user error, for sure. Oh man, we're way off in our timing here. Bro, take the purple fill. You gotta listen. I'm saying this. You seem like a nice person. I have kids. I talk about having kids. I'm gonna go into the /user, take the purple fill, and it's just gonna be endless. Like, why are people with kids so judgmental of people without kids? I'm just speaking from my own experience. Okay, I'm not trying to make it about you. I promise. I feel bad that, because, like, I personally don't understand. Well, now I'm making it about them, yeah. But they wrote the comment before I was making it about them. It's kind of like, you know, r/atheism, right? Where I've never understood the need for an r/atheism. That's kind of how I feel about when people are like, I'm not necessarily, this is a big risk, I'm not describing you necessarily as an anti-natalist, but when people are like very, dare I say, like anti-parent, if not anti, some people are anti-kid, but like when people are very anti-parent, I'm like, I feel bad because I never had like that experience that warranted. I'm not denying that, like, you know, maybe your mom is constantly, like, on your ass about having a kid, but mine was, like, she just did the normal thing, where, like, when I was in my 20s, she was mostly, like, and maybe one day you'll decide to have a kid, and then when I got in my late 20s, and she was like, and I still hold out hope that one day we'll have grandchildren, and, like, it was just kind of, like, amping it up, like, little by little over time. Hang on, I gotta focus. Good start. Bad start. Ready? A horrible start. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Lying on the floor. I come undone. Could have been better. I know that move. A Unix system. Holy cow! Things are back it the fuck up, samurai! Forgot about that part. It was not so bad though. Like, I never had that experience with atheism, where like I felt like I like came out as an atheist. I was kind of just like 13 years old, and my mom was like, "Do you believe in God?" And I was like, "Not really." I imagine if you live in a different part of the world, that's like, you know, like a major conversation. My mom was just kind of like, "Okay, fucking chicken tenders for dinner, whatever." So you had 6. Tendies! It's usually not that easy. You ever consider skill difference? I'm just joking. NL, please, people are very sensitive about this stuff. Skill difference, maybe? By the way, I need you to be honest with me. We don't have a lot of stuff to pop here to get some souls. I would really like to... Oh, no, is this the thing I need to get the new weapon? That's the problem, isn't it? That's not even going to give us enough. I was trying to get like 1 extra level of capacity, but I don't think it's going to happen. But also, you have to understand... People are like, I saw someone in chat say, just because you have a kid doesn't mean you need to always talk about your kid. Man, fuck you! I don't do anything else, idiot! Also, it's not my responsibility, like now it's my responsibility to entertain you, which is why I'm like yelling, because loud equals funny. But like in real life, someone's like, oh, he always talks about his fucking kids. Okay, you're not invited to the damn brunch next time. Idiot, you torpedoed your social chances. Why don't you do something interesting with all your free time and then tell me about it? This is my responsibility to be like, oh, I fucking dropped my kid off at daycare and then volunteer for the Peace Corps or something like that. Why don't you just do something interesting with your own life, brother? I'm tapped. I'm doing the best I can. Get smoked, kid. Oh! Hi, Tomo. I'm faded off that Ozempic. I know that feeling. I have no idea what that feels like. Congratulations, though, or sorry that happened. I did see a tweet from somebody. I don't know how I found myself on sports Twitter. I was like, this is a hard left turn, by the way. It got me laughing because the tweet was like whatever, but then I was like, it's crazy enough that I'm going to look at their profile, and their profile described themselves as like a responsible gambler, and then every single one of their tweets was like parlays from FanDuel. So you're like, yeah, okay. I mean, maybe it might. I don't know. Maybe they're $1 each, but regardless, I was looking at it. It got me laughing. The dude tweeted, like, I knew I shouldn't have bet on this one. It totally fucked me. And it was, they bet on a soccer game. They bet on a defender to have more than 2.5 clearances in the game. And I was like, you are fucking addicted to gambling, bro. That's not even goals or shots or the score. You bet on a defender to have, like, at least 3 clearances? That's crazy! You need to talk to somebody, man. When somebody's like, I think the Leafs are gonna beat the Kings, I'm like, no problem, man. That's, you know, put $10 on that, have a good time. You're betting on, you know, the goaltender to do like 6 throw-ins over his head. Like that's some Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems sort of stuff. You're betting on who's going to win the damn tip-off. I was a little early. I felt it. Then you lose the ult. We come back from that. My roommates knew a dude who was betting on the Russian hockey league. Oh! Was he Russian? Or was he just, you know, hey bro, I need something for the morning. You know, the problem with sports is that all the North American sports happen when people from North America are home from work. Unpopular opinion. Sports aren't actually that entertaining to watch. Unpopular and unexpected opinion. I think you are a little bit right. As a sports fan, I think you're a little bit right. And that's why I think so much of the focus in sports media is less, these days at least, that was greed, is less on the games and more on the minutia that surrounds the games. That's the stuff that can keep you interested over the course of a long 17, 82, 177 game season. Like, I was thinking about, I like watching the Canucks play hockey this season. Just to be clear. But compared to, like, you know, Breaking Bad, there's a lot of downtime. Even in like a 10-2 game, they're not scoring that much. You know, that's like a goal every 5 minutes. And then there's a lot of just sort of like, you know, back and forth. Get him! That was dumb! I'm a genius, never mind! Maybe it's not fair to compare it to Breaking Bad, but... But sometimes you just want, like, something to have on while you're doing the dishes, man. Something you know, if you miss, like, the first season of Severance, best of luck to you, brother. You're going to be like, what the fuck is going on? You miss the first 2 periods of the Vancouver Canucks game, you turn it on, and you're like, oh, I can still enjoy myself. That was okay. My man loves doing the dishes. If you gotta do it, you might as well love it, man. Huge. Get ulted on. She's like, oh, see, she's got to lash out. Hurt people, hurt people. I drop an ult on her. She tries to roundhouse kick me in the face. Simmer on that. Tomo, what are you doing, brother? I wanted that. It's bad? Yeah, that was bad. You hear this? He's going, oh, he's just taking a dump. That's fine. Like, honestly, after we finished our brunch, we still had a couple hours until we had to pick our kid up. Just went home and raked the leaves. I was having a great time raking the leaves. Bluetooth earbuds. I got a big rake for like the easy leaves, and then when you get in and around the bushes and stuff like that, I got a smaller rake. It's all about having the right tools for the job. Stutter step me. What were you listening to? I made a big mistake. I told Amazon Music to make a playlist starting with The Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. before realizing it's one of 2 good ska songs ever made. The other one, of course, is Superman by Goldfinger. Listen, I'm not trying, it's just not my tempo, okay? Every song that came on in that playlist after the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, I was like, this fucking sucks, dude. Get to Superman by Goldfinger. Ska came before reggae? That's fine. I don't really like reggae either, honestly. Okay, I'll give some credit to Jeff Rosenstock. Even though the non-ska stuff is my preferred Rosenstock tempo, but... Back it up! I still don't really understand ska. I don't know the musical theory of it. It's like... It's polka music, but you clap on the 2s and the 4s, and it always has a trombone. It has an emphasis on the backbeat, but also an emphasis on brass. And dressing like Avril Lavigne, strangely enough, even though Avril Lavigne is definitely not ska. She's skater, 2 different things. Like a skater, remember that one? Yeah, she's punk. Recreational toiling, I can't. Well, here's the thing, Junior. You might think, like, oh, I'm glad, like, workday's done, so I can boot up League of Legends or something like that. Sometimes you find some enjoyment and some fulfillment in that. And that's great. I couldn't support it any more than I already do. But sometimes you play like 4 hours of League of Legends, and at the end of it, you're like, your soul is empty. And then you're like, why the fuck did I do that? What a waste of my time. If you rake the leaves, when you're done raking the leaves, the shit's done. You got to be outside, you got a little vitamin D, you got a little workout. You completed a task, which is what it's all about. People will be like, oh, I love completing tasks, ironically. Yeah, what was the first thing you do when you load up Warcraft Rumble? No. Okay, second thing. First, you got to put your credit card number in. Second thing you do, what's my daily quest for today? Oh, I got to fucking beat Uther Lightborn 17 times. All right, let's grind it out. Not bad. Horrible. Not smart. Okay. There you go. You got me. Sometimes you like phase through matter and sometimes you don't. And I don't support that. In our house, you choose whether to obey the laws of physics at all times or never. My credit card's in this bit and I don't like it. Let's not do the you don't need winter tires bit again. We already exhausted that last year. It's unnecessary, okay? I got my winter tires put on Saturday, and I knew I was going to have to sit in the body shop or whatever you fucking call it. I don't know. Just because I have a kid doesn't mean I'm really a dad, I guess, in that sense. But I knew I was going to have to sit in the car area for 45 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on how busy they were. So I said, you know what, maybe I'll check out Warcraft Rumble. Went to like r/Warcraft Rumble. See, how are people feeling about this game? And it was like, a guide for free-to-play users in Warcraft Rumble. Fucking... best thing, you gotta do your dailies every single day, and then you'll get a chance to pick between up to 3 different heroes. When you boot up the game, it's a random chance, but later when your guild reaches level 50, you can and I said, fuck that shit. I played 1 game of Super Auto Pets, refreshed Twitter on my phone for 90 minutes. Not gonna happen. This the introduction to the mechanics of the game was too fucking long. I said there's no chance I'm touching this. Let me stick with my relatively healthy habits. I gotta break this shield for us. This doesn't feel like the run, but you gotta give it a chance. Oh, fair enough. Just play the game and don't follow a Reddit guide? No. I played the tape forward to the end. As soon as I saw that like the top post was like how to enjoy yourself without spending money, I was like, I'd rather just have a game that's like fun, I suppose. Call me crazy. I caught myself. My brain made a mistake. It was like, you know, maybe Warcraft Rumble is the secret to happiness. And then I was like, let's go see how everybody at the subreddit's enjoying themselves. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Hey, hey! You got me. People on subreddits are never enjoying themselves? Yeah. And I think that I use that to my advantage here. I mean, nobody's having arguments in the Slay the Spire subreddit over whether it's worth putting $5 extra into the game to get like the beginner pack to get enough gems to supercharge your base. The game's fucking $15 on mobile. Take it or leave it. That's too expensive? All right, you left it. Now fucking, let's get into the real meat and potatoes. The Ironclad is the best character. I will accept no debate on that. I used to, honestly, just kill me on this one. The Silent is fun now and then, but sometimes you just skip. I've been playing as the Silent, working my way up to Ascension 20. I'm pretty early on, but I'm like, you can only put 999 poison on a dude so much, man. Like it's, oh, another... I had a new build today. Oh, really? Is it a new build or just poison, like Corpse Explosion plus Catalyst again? Corpse Explosion plus Catalyst again. Shivs are the meta? No, that's what Slay the Spire does well. There is no meta, because it's just you versus you. And also you versus those fucking floor 2 enemies. Floor 1, the average enemy is like a fucking wolf. Floor 2, they're like, here's an orb that starts with 60 shield, and if you don't kill it on turn 1, it gets another 60 shield. And you're like, oh, fine, I get it. What do you say fuck me for? Shield break, please. Shield break. I really need this one. Bad. And yet I live again. What's he doing? Hey! You little regression. You know what? Little regression means it's time for a bandle. Get your head back